like to know the reason why you're following me.
Would I need a reason?
You know, I'm beginning to think I might possibly have been mistaken about you. Perhaps it's your leer. It looks so genuine.
It is.
Yes, I can see it is. Well, you'll have to excuse me. I'm going in here and try and lose you. Yourself.
Johnson?
Does Johnson have a purple face?
You're a bit early, Bailey.
Am I?
I haven't quite made up my mind.
About what, Mr. Johnson?
Whether to break your neck or merely to fire you.
Well, take lots of time. You're paying for it.
My wife just called me. What's the idea of following her?
That's what she wanted to know.
Your instructions were clear. Go to Portland, where she's lived all her life. She's frightened enough now without having private dicks trailing her around.
Frightened? Why?
Another one came yesterday. Only this time it was addressed to Jane. She read it.
And you figured she was frightened because when she read it, she laughed gaily?
That's right, she did.
Mm-hmm. And then she pointed out that being as your estate planning commissioner and chairman of the civic council, something of a public figure, that it was just a crank note?
That's right, and I believe her, because she pointed out something else, too. A lot of my old friends resent Jane. She's very withdrawn, doesn't like to go out much or to meet too many people. Some of my friends would be capable of getting plastered and pulling a stunt just like that.
That's a pretty rugged crowd you run with.
Rugged's a good enough name for some of my friends. I came up the hard way. In fact, that's the trouble. I've led a rough and tumble life. Jane hasn't. I was ready to judge her by my standards. That's probably why I was so quick to hire you when I got that first note. It was easy for me to think that Jane might be in trouble. Too easy. But her reaction to this second note was genuine. Made me realize that Jane wouldn't be capable of doing anything she had to hide. So, I think you can just forget about all this, Bailey.
You forget about it, Mr. Johnson. Your wife's in trouble. You've known her only since she killed more than a year ago. You've been married to her less than 7 months. But what do you really know about her, except that she was a nice, quiet sorority girl at UCLA?
What are you trying to prove?
Nothing much. But people don't spot me when I'm following them, unless they're looking for it. Your wife was looking for it.
Well, that's pretty thin.
Did you know she's got an account in a Westwood bank?
No. She hasn't any money except what I give her.
She came out stuffing a roll of bills in her purse that would keep me for a month.
Did you check on it?
I tried to, but whatever business she was doing, it wasn't done under her own name. Neither Mrs. Ralph Johnson nor Miss Jane Brieger. And she dresses in a way that you can't definitely describe. I think it's deliberate. Look, there's a ticket in here, leaving for Portland at 6 tonight. Do I use it or not?
You think you can use some discretion along with it?
Mm-hmm. Jane Brieger, class of 41. But, we're not supposed to give out information.
Well, all I want is her address, teacher.
10476 Larrabee. Mm-hmm. She got a work permit to dance at Keller's Carousel down on South Broadway.
You're an angel, Angel.
Very funny. Now tell me where you want to go.
What's the trouble?
Brother, that address hasn't meant anything for 5, 6 years now. It's where they built one of the shipyards.
So what about Keller's Carousel, that little club down on South Broadway?
Oh, you're from out of town, huh? Cops closed that joint up a long time ago. It's a tea room now.
Is Keller still around town?
Keller? Look, pal, I just drive a hack. Where do you want to go?
I'll leave that up to you, pal.
You don't want to find Keller.
Beyond $10, I lose interest in him.
Don't let Keller hear you say that. He's a very sensitive guy. Thanks. It's a chip crib, brother. Illegal. Just go up that ramp there and ask for Reno. Tell him Gus brought you.
Thanks.
What can I do for you?
I'm looking for Reno.
You're lost. That's in Nevada.
You a member here? I'm a friend of Reno's.
Oh? Where's your transportation?
Gus brought me down.
Take him up to 3.
Okay, Mr. Reno.
I'll bet you hardly remember me.
Thank you.
Hey, if you wanted to find Mr. Keller, how would you go about it?
Well, my way wouldn't help you.
But he is around.
You approve of our layout?
No roulette.
People up this way don't go for roulette. What do you expect to get for your $10, fella?
I see everybody up here works together.
We try to.
I wanted to see Keller about a small matter.
Small matters are my business. What's it about?
A girl. A girl who used to work for him.
What girl might that be?
Keller can't be that hard to see.
The gentleman is right, Reno. He paid $10 for the privilege of talking with me. I'm really flattered.
It'll go on my expense account.
I didn't get your name.
I didn't give it to you.
I'll take it now.
Bailey.
We'll have some privacy. Now, about this girl, Mr. Bailey.
She may have taken a cozier name for your nightclub, but she was born Jane Brieger.
Well, that was a long time ago. What's she done?
Nothing, just missing.
I'm afraid I can't help you.
Well, whatever you know.
She left Portland back in 1941 when I sold the Carousel. She went to Los Angeles with a comic named Buffin.
In 1941. You mean 1946, don't you?
Sorry, I mean 1941. Did you know her?
No, I never met her. Do you know anyone here or in Los Angeles who might have kept in touch with her?
Sorry, no. She was quite something. I tried to brush some dust off her shoulder once, and she accused me of mauling her. If you find her, give her my regards.
Would you have any pictures around?
Maybe. I have a room full of relics from the carousel. Would you like to go through?
Yeah.
Reno, you know the room?
Thanks for letting me take your time, Mr. Keller. I'm sorry I was talking about the wrong girl. Buster Buffin.
How'd you pick out Jane Briggy? You told the boss you never met her.
I did say that, didn't I?
Here comes the menace again.
Hey, you. You can walk down.
I was thinking of calling a cab from the desk.
They cruise around. You can pick one up.
I think I better call one. I'm afraid of the dark.
We don't like cabs coming to this address. It's a house rule.
Well, thank the boss for this for me. Use this?
Go right ahead. You seem to be very much at home.
Hotel Willamette? This is Bailey at room 517. Get the houseman up to my room quick, will you? Tell him to take it easy, but hold anybody he finds there. I'll wait.
What happened? Did you fall down the elevator shaft?
I thought maybe you could tell me.
Don't you know?
It was supposed to look like a heist job. He emptied my wallet and put it carefully under my nose. Real subtle.
The boys who work these streets can afford to be casual.
Your man Reno told me I'd find a cab.
He often can. I don't think Reno likes you, but he doesn't go in for petty theft.
Yeah? The room isn't mussed up? All right. Tell him to watch it a while. I thought you might be looking for something. The hard way.
If I wanted anything from you, I'd get it. And I like the hard way.
Oh, sorry, boss. I thought he'd gone.
He's just leaving.
I just came back to use the phone. I got a nickel left.
You know the way out. Take the stairs.
Rain spots these jackets, doesn't it?
Hey, something holding you up?
Not a thing.
Nothing holding him up either.
That puts her here in Los Angeles 6 years ago instead of a year and a half, as I thought.
Incidentally, I'm being tailed.
Since when?
Since I got back from Portland, or rather since this morning, he picked me up at my apartment.
And I'm probably being followed, too. Can you find out who it is?
Well, I'm pretty sure this is from the Portland end. I'll let him catch up with me the next time, and we'll have a little talk.
And if he doesn't want to catch up?
There are ways of arranging it.
By the way, if this isn't a gag, it ought to be. The Tethro agency says Buffin quit show business and bought himself a meat market or something down at the beach.
Thanks, Bix. I'll follow it up.
I want you to fill in the gap. If she did come down here 6 years ago, I want to know what went on in the 5 years before I met her.
Well, that shouldn't be too tough. Here it is. Buster Buffin's Buffet.
Plenty of seats down front. Always room for one more.
You killed me, Buster. See you later.
Okay, drop in again. Well, what'll it be? Clam chowder or clam chowder?
You got any clam chowder?
Oh, that's special. Cost you extra.
Any coffee?
Natch. You wouldn't be a food inspector, would you?
Put it down. I might be hungry.
You'll find it warmer than an old maid's feet, but not half as clammy.
Buster, this routine's better than the one you had in Portland.
Do I know you?
I hope not.
That crack about Portland was supposed to mean something. What?
A man in Portland died and left a small estate.
What's that to me?
Keller says she came down here with you.
Oh. So you're trying to find Jane.
Yeah.
That was all of 6 years ago, chum. What's your angle on it?
Just legwork. And the expense account is lean and hungry.
What's the information worth?
What's the information? What'll that buy?
Okay. We came down in 41 together. Strictly platonic. She was one of those don't maul me type. She got up a routine with bubble bath or something and hit the nightclub circuit. I caught her act in Long Beach. Pretty corny. That was about 5 years ago. Haven't given her a dime's worth of thought since.
She still looked like that when you saw her last?
Where'd you get this?
Keller?
She dyed her hair. Maybe cut it a little shorter.
What name was she using?
I've been waiting for you to ask that.
Yeah, I thought you were. That's ceiling.
Make it 50 and I'll throw in the name of the club in Long Beach.
40 does it.
Club Zorro, Long Beach Boulevard. She was calling herself Janie Joy.
Club Zorro, Janie Joy. Thank you.
Hey, you owe me 2 bits for the chowder.
Open, handsome, but we're closed.
It's hot outside.
I guess you got something there. Mind if I go on with my work?
I'd rather you wouldn't.
Say, what is this?
I'm a guy with questions to ask.
Personal?
One of them. How long you worked around here?
What's it to you?
Not a thing. Were you around when Janie Joy worked here?
Who?
Janie Joy, 1942.
Well, the name is vaguely familiar. What about her?
She may have come into some cash. The state's trying to locate her.
That's too bad. I mean, it's too bad I can't help you.
Ever hear of a man named Keller?
No, who is he?
Has anybody else been around asking for her?
Not that I know of. Look, Lamb, I'm a busy woman. If you have any more questions, just drop them in the suggestion box on your way out.
Thank you, ma'am. You've helped me more than you know.
Sorry to call you, but I thought you ought to know that a detective named Bailey is looking for your friend, Janie Joy.
You ever have the feeling you're being watched and followed?
Not nearly enough. Why, who's playing you for a mouse?
Mrs. Johnson.
Oh, did you talk to her?
No, I'll leave that to my client. You better phone Johnson right now and tell him his wife's downstairs keeping tabs on me in case he's thinking of dropping in.
Gosh, you'd think with her dough she'd hire someone to watch you. Well, people like her that keep people like us out of work. Martha. Oh, he thinks he's just too social since he joined the club. The Automobile Club.
Well, come in. Is this love, or were you looking for a detective?
Isn't there any other alternative?
Yes, but I haven't got time for it.
I understand you're looking for someone I know. Janie Joy.
Sit down. Tell me more.
Has something happened to her? She happens to be my sister.
You didn't tell me your name.
My name is Gretchen Brieger. My sister's real name was Jane Brieger.
When did you see her last?
When she first left Portland in 1941.
When did you come down here?
42.
Why didn't you look for her then?
How do you know I didn't?
Because I covered every agency in this town. I asked them all if anybody else had ever been around looking for Janie Joy. The answer was always the same. No.
I see. No, I didn't look for her, Mr. Bailey, because, you see, I happen to know she wasn't in Los Angeles. The last letter received from Jane was from Acapulco, Mexico. I never heard from her again.
When was that?
Just before I left Portland.
Where did you live in Portland, Gretchen?
10476 Larrabee Avenue.
That's quite a memory you've got.
What?
I'm just looking for a cigarette, Miss Shannon. Norma Shannon. 1205 Roxbury. Who sent you up here, Miss Brieger?
Acute cynicism. I suppose it's an occupational disease, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the people I meet. Who sent you up here?
I'm a model. I just didn't care for the name Gretchen Brieger. I changed it.
I didn't know models changed their names.
The ones named Gretchen Brieger do. You're a highly improbable character, Mr. Bailey. Did someone just dream you up?
You know, you're good. You're very good. I'm surprised they didn't have you plant her in Afghanistan. Why stop at Acapulco?
May I go, please?
How did you know I was looking for her?
I went by my agency this afternoon and saw your card with Janie Joy written across it. Now may I go, please? Well, I wouldn't have missed meeting you for all the world, Mr. Bailey. It's the first time I've gone slumming in years.
You win. You see, in this racket, you learn to suspect the worst of everyone. The few times you're wrong, you have to apologize. I'm apologizing.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
You should. Humble pie gives me hives. Have you got a car?
Not with me, but there's still buses running.
Well, I'm going your way, Gretchen. You can't turn down a ride.
Don't tell me who lives here. Let me guess.
Too easy. As long as I'm going out to Beverly Hills, I thought I'd change my shirt and eat out that way.
Oh, Bailey, you're about as subtle as a Mickey Finn.
I'm not trying to be. If you're thirsty, you can come up while I change. Or you can wait there.
I think you mean it. Well, I thought detectives all lived in hall bedroom apartments.
I did, for 10 years.
Where's the scullery?
In there.
Do you have any bitters?
Never touched this stuff.
You go in for pinups?
She's an old flame. I'm a little sentimental about it.
Your phone's ringing.
Where are you?
Around the corner.
You forgot forgot that report. I want you to pick it up right away.
You know, there's something wrong with this phone. It sounded just like you said I forgot a report.
The latest one.
Oh. Oh, the one in the size 9 nylons. Yeah. Yeah, I'll do that.
You like my girl?
She's very pretty if you like the type.
You think she's as pretty as your sister?
It's a matter of taste. You know, you still haven't told me what I've been waiting to hear.
Come on, let's get out of here.
But what's happened to Janie? Why are you looking for her?
I just represent a client, Angel. I couldn't tell you that until I had permission.
Now it's my turn to apologize. You changed your shirt and brought me home. And you left your motor running. I suppose this means I should run along now.
You put in a hard day. I thought you might be hungry.
I am. Perhaps I could whip up some dinner for us. Do you like lamb chops?
Let's make it some other time, Angel.
All right. Some other time.
Gun in my hand.
Yeah, I've seen one before.
Lay off, Janie Joy. There ain't nothing in it for you but a Chicago overcoat.
Really? Maybe you better count me out.
We'll do that. Now hold out your hand. I've got something for you. Pick it up. You'll find $200 in there for being smart. Next time, we won't be so generous.
Any other jobs you want me to lay off of, just let me know. I might give you a reduced rate.
I'm in stitches. Now turn around. And start walking.
Well, why didn't you use it?
Would that be nice? He's a cash client.
I didn't get his license number.
No, I was afraid you wouldn't.
Thanks, Bix. 8M2222.
And left that last night. I took out $1 for the trouble of finding you and bringing it back. It's a nice place you got here. What's Caprio got to do with Janie Joy?
I don't know you or what you're talking about.
I gather you won't mind if I talk it over with Caprio.
You ask for trouble, you'll get it. I hired out for that job.
Who hired you?
You know what would happen if I told you?
The guy's tough, huh?
You can say that again.
Whoever's behind you is about as dangerous as a badminton bird. Giving me that $200. That's right out of Aunt Sadie's hope chest. You want to tell me about it?
Get in, quick. I'll talk to you. Is something the matter?
Yes, I'd like to talk with you. Police business.
Police? I see. Step in, then. Martin is a chauffeur. Beyond his duties as such, I know nothing about him. I give you my word on that.
Fine.
Then you won't mind when I bring charges against him.
Oh, yes. I will mind. I'd rather you would not bring charges against Martin. I shall discharge him, of course, if what you say is true. I shall make it worth your while.
Okay. And the price is cheap. Just tell me why you want me to drop it.
If I told you, Mr. Bailey, I'm quite certain you wouldn't believe me.
Go ahead and try me.
You see, it's very simple. I have a passion for obscurity. It really amounts to fear. I happen to believe rather deeply that only the obscure are ever really free. Oh, Alicia, this is Mr. Bailey. Mr. Bailey, my wife. Mr. Bailey has had some difficulty with your chauffeur. What is it, Linnick?
I am sorry, sir, but I can't find Martin.
Excuse me.
What sort of difficulty, Mr. Bailey?
I'm investigating an ex-showgirl named Janie Joy. Martin's working for someone who'd like me to quit.
Tell me, why didn't you report him? Why do you want to talk with us about it?
I know something tougher than that to answer. Why haven't I been thrown out?
I do not know. It is apparent my husband wishes to talk with you. Latin American women respect their husbands' wishes.
I've known one or two that didn't.
Really? That is an interesting observation, Mr. Bailey. Perhaps we should explore it further some other time.